Welcome to another episode of the Hot
Seat
Pod. Brought to you by Playbook Sports.
Sorry.
It's okay. You finish it up. Finish up the intro.
No, I don't remember the rest of it.
Come on. Brought to you by Playbook Sports. I'm
Anthony. This is producer Isaiah, and we're going to be talking about...
We're going to be going through every single game in week 4 and predicting it. But before we do that, make sure you guys like, subscribe. I really feel like I'm in the hot seat right now. Solo seat. Will is on a mission. He's at the what? The leather hot seat. The new set's sexy. Let's be honest. We sold Wilson to build a new set. Simple as that. Easy trade. We traded Wilson 2 future firsts, and we got 2 leather couches. So if you guys would make that trade, if you guys need some fantasy advice, bro, my DMs on Twitter are always open. Playbook Sports HQ. We're going through every game. Let's just do it. The first game we're going to talk about is Cowboys-Giants. Are we really confident that the Cowboys are going to win this game on Thursday Night Football? I mean, primetime Cowboys. I don't buy it, bro. I don't think Dallas is that good. With that being said, I'm going with Dallas. Malik Neighbors just lit up the Cleveland defense, bro. Expect another monster game from Malik Neighbors. He's going to go on a monster rookie run. With that being said, though, Dallas, yeah, maybe we get a Daniel Jones shitter. But the Cowboys defense has been terrible. They gave up 28 to Baltimore, 44 to the Saints, and 17 to the worst offense in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns are just terrible, bro. I want to say Malik Neighbors is the best rookie wide receiver in the NFL right now. I know Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm not trying to knock him or nothing, but Malik Neighbors has just looked so that touchdown he got back corner of the end zone to flip his whole body like that is so impressive and so hard to do. I'm going to give that guy props for that one because I honestly, coming into it, I had him as my rookie wide receiver 3. I thought Rome was better than him. I'm not going to lie. And maybe Rome is. Caleb Williams couldn't hit the ocean if he was throwing at it. So I'm not going to count out Rome yet, but Malik Neighbors has just looked otherworldly. Otherworldly? That's what I was looking for here. Saints play the Falcons. First game Sunday morning. I need to see how the Saints handle this one, bro. Can they respond to having a down week? That's the real question. Because to me, if Derek Carr plays at the level he did weeks 1 and 2, this team is legit. I mean, I think he is the catalyst for this team. He has to hoop for them to hoop. Simple as that. But are we really going to bet on Derek Carr for a whole season? Because I definitely am not. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons here. Kirk Cousins, Drake London, Kyle Pitt, just light them up, boys. Light them up. And I feel like divisional games especially are usually lower scoring. And I think, that favors Kirk Cousins and the Falcons a little bit more. I think the Saints need to put up 40 points for them to be a legit threat. So give me the Atlanta Falcons. Rams play bro, fuck the Bears. Caleb Williams. Dude, you're wasting DJ Moore's career. I know you could say Caleb Williams had 350 yards or whatever last week. Bro, it was the most Mickey Mouse 350. It's like you got 350 yards, but you can't do nothing in the red zone, bro. I don't want to hate on him too much, but I feel like DJ Moore's prime's getting washed. Last season, he had 8 targets per game, 5.6 receptions a game, 80 yards per game, 14.2 yards per reception, and 8 touchdowns. This year, 0 touchdowns. 8.8 yards per reception, 55.7 yards per game, 6.3 receptions per game. So his targets and receptions are going up, but his yards and his touchdowns are down. And that, I feel like, is on Caleb Williams because he's not finding him in optimal spots. If DJ Moore – okay, let me save myself a little here. Not save myself, but let me give you guys some background information. Maybe this is why I'm hating. If DJ Moore caught a fucking touchdown this week, I would have won $1,200 fucking dollars. Okay? And Caleb Williams took that from me. And he took, not only me, Deucer, he took that from our family. Wow. He took that from our family. That's Christmas money for you. That's Christmas money for you. I got a little brother who's crying because DJ Moore stayed outside of the end zone. It's disgusting what Caleb Williams is doing. I'm not going to bet on Caleb Williams. I'm going to bet on the Rams here. I think the Bears' defense is the only thing keeping them in games, and I think McVay could meticulously draw up a game plan to pick them apart. No matter who their receivers are, bro, I think they could really pick them apart. Give me the LA Rams in this game. Vikings, Packers, Green Bay. Excuse me. -2.5. Green Bay's the favorite, which I don't get. I don't know if I got these stats late, but I took them this morning. On Monday morning, I got these stats. With that being said, I think the Vikings win this game. Yeah, I think the Vikings win this game, bro. I don't really know. This is a big game. Divisional game. Vikings, Packers, a lot of pressure, obviously. I think Justin Jefferson's going to have the best season since the Triple Crown, but Jair Alexander's going to be on him. So I want to see how Sam Darnold and this elite passing offense handles a Jair Alexander, because that's going to be huge. That's a real tell. I'm trying to think of the teams that they've played so far this season. I don't know if they've played against a real lockdown corner like that. I can't really think about it. Let me see. Vikings schedule the last couple weeks. Let's look at this. Week 3, the Vikings played the... Who the fuck did they play last week? Why am I tweaking? They lit up the Niners, no? No, Rams, Niners. They lit up the Niners week 2. Week 3, they played the Texans. Derek Stingley. Boom. They put up 34 against the elite corner. Yeah. Give me Minnesota in this one. Steelers, Colts. Oh, man. I'm going to go with the Steelers here. I think the crap toss with the Colts is what version of Anthony Richardson are we going to get? You know, Jonathan Taylor is going to go out there and hoop. Michael Pittman has kind of been absent this year, and I think a lot of that is on Anthony Richardson and Alec Pierce. I think Alec Pierce has been a great downfield weapon. Michael Pittman can't really do that this year. But I think Anthony Richardson on his best games, he looks like Lamar almost, and on his worst games, he looks like Titans Malik Willis. Like, he's got the power, he's got the speed, and that's kind of it. Like, power, the idea of Anthony Richardson is so much better than what Anthony Richardson is. I know he made that big play week 1 that everyone was saying, like, that's the most pretty pass of all time. Cool. You give me 1,000 attempts, I probably hit one. Nah, that's cap. I'm not going to lie. I'm capping that. I think I have the worst quarterback mechanics ever. But now you put Anthony Richardson, who's kind of been inconsistent all year, and you have him go up against the TJ Watt, who's going to be in that backfield every single play. I think that the Colts are going to have some problems. I think the Steelers' defense locks them up. I think Justin Fields could do just enough to pick apart the Colts. I don't think the Colts' defense is that good. I think the Steelers moved to 4-0 when they beat the Indiana Colts. Broncos, Jets, New York, -7 favorite. For y'all at home, this is completely not off topic, I guess, but this is more a week 3 thing. Who took the Broncos or took Buccaneers -6.5? Y'all are crazy. I don't get why that was such a favorited line. I know they just beat the Lions, but come on, bro. Like, the Buccaneers aren't a team that I'm like, I feel good about them dominating a bad team, you know. So -6.5, that was kind of ugly. But I think Bo Nix has looked better and better in every start. I think this Jets defense might give him some problems. Probably will give him some problems, especially with how weak the runs game look. I mean, Jaleel McLaughlin and Javonte Williams have both averaged 2.2 yards per carry. 2.2 yards per carry. Yeah. So that it's just ugly that you can't really win games like that, especially when your quarterback's a rookie. Your wide receiver 1's Cortland Sutton, and your wide receiver 2 is like Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims, Greg Dulcich is your tight end. Like, you need to at least establish a run, and I think that's what they were hoping to do this year. I think this offense, and maybe even the perception of this team, is completely different if their running backs could run the ball, but they can't. You know, if they got Jonathan Taylor last year after that whole holdout thing, that would have been huge for this team. That really would have elevated this team. If Audric Estime came out and hooped, that would have elevated this team a lot. But I can't really take this team too seriously, so I'm going with the Jets here. But I wouldn't take the Jets -7. I wouldn't take the Broncos +7. I just would stay away from betting on this game completely. Eagles, Buccaneers. Philadelphia is a -2.5 point. This is a revenge game for Philly after the playoffs last year. Philly played in a joke of a game last year. Chris Godwin is officially back. He's hooping. 21 receptions, 253 yards, 3 tuds. If he's good, bro, this offense is kind of unstoppable. Again, I don't really believe in Philly's defense. I'm going with the Bucs here. I know it might be a surprise, and I think by the end of the year, the Eagles will probably be a better team. But with the Devontae Smith injury, I'm guessing A.J. Brown will be back this week, but I don't know A.J. Brown's going to be back this week. And even if he is, this game's going to be a shootout. And I think, as crazy as this might sound, I think Jalen Hurts is more likely to make a mistake in a shootout than Baker Mayfield. So give me the Buccaneers. Bengals, Panthers. When I checked this line this morning, it was -6. I don't think it's going to be -6 anymore. I'm not going to lie. The Bengals have been terrible. They've been so bad. I wouldn't bet on the Bengals because I have to do this. Okay. I just had a thought pop in my head. And you guys let me know if I'm crazy at home. But I'm going to go with the Panthers here. Okay, the Bengals have looked like shit, and we're about to get an Andy Dalton revenge game, bro. I said it last week. Jamar has to be undeniable, and he has not been undeniable. He's been deniable. Maybe the Panthers I'm not about to hype up the Panthers. All I want is an Andy Dalton revenge game. I'm going with the Panthers there. Yeah, Cincinnati moves down to -4.5. It's not looking pretty. Let's get the Andy Dalton revenge game. I'm going with the Panthers here. Jaguars at Texans. Come on. You already know I can't pick against my team. Especially we run Jacksonville. CJ Stroud and Davis Mills run Jacksonville. Since 2010, the Texans are 21-7 versus Jacksonville. 21-7 for a team that started in like 2002. Come on, bro. Like we really built it up quickly. Sloppy game for Houston last week. This will be a great game to just fuck up a shitty team. Like, we need a win like this where we could say, like, oh, yeah, we lost 35-7. We just beat Trevor Lawrence 35-7. I think the Jaguars have a lot of talent on that roster. I think it comes down to coaching at the end of the day. They're a very poorly coached team. Doug Peterson needs to get on out of there. Washington at Arizona. Man, don't pit. These might be two of my favorite teams in the NFL right now. To watch, to root for, to bet on, all that. With that being said, I'm going with the Cardinals here. I just believe in Kyler Murray in that passing offense a little more. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has been a dog. If Terry McLaurin could play like he did on Monday Night Football, then maybe this game's different. But Terry McLaurin's kind of been non-existent the first two games of the season. Week 3, let's see if Week 4. This is a game he could do it, honestly. Week 4, I could see Terry hooping. Give me the Cardinals. New England, San Francisco, no need to overthink it. That San Francisco defense, I wonder if this line changed. The San Francisco defense has looked weak, but they're still -10.5 point favorites. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers, but I think this game might be a shootout. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this is a 2-score game. Jacoby Brissett literally got fucked up last week by the Patriots. I think they had 2 or 3 O-linemen missing, so that was part of it. Maybe we get Drake May time. Maybe we get Drake May season. Still going with the Patriots. Going with the Niners. Excuse me. Browns at Vegas. We got the Pooper Bowl, the Shit Bowl, diarrhea in the bowl. These two teams are dog shit. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the Raiders are cool, but y'all going to ride for the Raiders? I feel like Raiders fans have never rooted for the Raiders. It's always fuck the Raiders, but they just wear their hats and like fighting. That's the only reason they go to the games. So Raiders, Browns, I'm taking the Raiders. They're playing at Vegas. I think it's about to be Jameis Winston time. I wouldn't be surprised if Jameis Winston is the starter by the end of this game. And I hope he is because I think they have a better chance with Jameis Winston. Deshaun Watson sits in the pocket, ties his shoes, does some origami. He gets sacked every play. Max Crosby's going to eat that man alive. He might end up like Tua. Not to make a joke about that, but what'd you just say? Say it into the mic. Okay. I hope something picked that up. Give me the Cleveland Browns. Kansas City at the Chargers. I really wanted to take the Chargers. I think I would have taken the Chargers if Justin Herbert didn't get hurt. It's Kansas City. I'm going to give them their flowers, though. I feel like teams would rather like overpay and sign like a DeAndre Swift, a Keenan Allen, instead of like really building their O-line and building a team right like the Chargers have done this year. Even with Easton Stick, this team didn't look terrible to end the year. The O-lineman, even Joe Alt is so fucking good that PFF graded the top 5 Steelers players and Joe Alt, top 5 Chargers players, and Joe Alt was number 5. When he's going against TJ Watt, I feel like that's super impressive. I feel like that's super good. I'm rooting for the Chargers this year more than I ever have been because I feel like previously I've been a Herbert hater. But now you guys are kind of putting Burrow in a whole different tier than Herbert. and I can't really do that. They're in the same vicinity to me. Stop overrating players, or I'm going to start overrating players to make it even. Sunday Night Football, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is actually a -2.5 favorite, which no way that's still the case. I don't believe that. They're still the favorite. That's surprising. They're playing at Baltimore, so maybe that's the difference maker here. But I'm going to take the Bills here. I think the Bills' defense is super underrated. It's flying under the radar. No one wants to talk about the Bills' defense. And the Ravens' offense has been shit. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's a Lamar show. Their receivers aren't that great. Rashad Bateman had a big week this week, like a sneaky big week. But I don't know how much I really believe that, especially against a good defense like the Bills. I think the Bills' defense is probably better than the Raiders at this point. The Raiders' defense is cooler. They like fighting more. But the Buffalo Bills defense, I think, is really good. Ravens, I don't think really stand a chance against the Bills. I'm taking the Bills. I would take the Bills, honestly, on an alternate spread, like by a touchdown, I think. I'm going to see how those odds are looking. I'm going to make me some money because DJ Moore took my money this week. Tennessee Titans, Miami Dolphins. Miami's the favorite in this one. I'm taking the Titans, bro. I'm sorry, but I think Skylar Thompson isn't an NFL quarterback, and he's playing against one of the best defenses in the NFL. That's enough for me. I don't think I got to over-explain that one. I'm taking the Titans here. I don't get why Miami's the favorite, really, unless Tua rises from the grave like the Undertaker, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Give me the Titans. And the last game, the last Monday Night Football game, Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks. I know it might be surprising. But I'm kind of over the Lions. Like, now do something, you know? Like, it was fun. You were supposed to have this elite offense this year, and they haven't really had an elite offense. It's been cool. It's been kind of a Jameson Williams show. Amon-Ra slowly starting to ramp up. Sam Laporta got hurt. But the Seahawks defense, I think, is legit. And for an offense that's looking like they're still figuring it out for some reason, I think the Seahawks should have their way with that. I'm going with the Seahawks here. Yeah, and I'm strong in my take. I don't believe as much in the Seahawks long term as maybe some of you guys do. I don't think it's as real as it seems. But if Gino could go out and count who's writing him out, so be it, bro. Count me in, honestly. But not this week. Monday Night Football, I might bet on the Seahawks too, honestly. We're going to see how the bets are looking. But let me know what you're betting on this week. Let me know where I got it wrong. Let me know what your favorite team is. Let me know if you love me and if you know ball and if your seat is hot, then make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow. But most importantly, run the play.